No one is in doubt that the Islamic movement in Nigeria are affiliated to the Islamic State, ISIS. That is a dangerous terrorism group based in the Republic of Iran, with a knack for sponsoring terror sects in countries all over the world. We must not forget that Nigeria has had a taste of their venomous swords in Boko Haram insurgency. IMN's leader, from Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki to those at the lower ranks of leadership of this religious extremist or violent sect, have never hidden its affiliation to ISIS and the Republic of Iran. All have boasted publicly and at different times of importing the Iranian Shia ideology into Nigeria and West Africa sub-region. In recent times, and with the lawful detention of the spiritual leader of IMN, Sheikh El-Zakzaki, the sect members have engaged security agents in countless violent confrontations in Abuja and elsewhere under the pretext of protests over the detention of their leader. This is all verifiably instances to defy civil convention of public protest. Therefore, we are aghast at the tolerance and continuous celebration of the glaring importation and practice of the Iranian religious extremism in Nigeria by the so-called Shiites. It is a serious potential threat to national security and sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, the federal authorities are handling this group with kids' gloves. Yet, the IMN members have been caught many times in possession of illegal arms, firearms, and ammunition while on the so-called public protests. And the notoriety of the sect members has continued unchecked, unabated, and blossoming in spite of other subsisting and their insecurity challenges facing Nigeria. Nigerians were again assailed by the impudently ferocious, cruel, and crude exhibition of violence against the Nigerian state and security agents a few days back. The IMF sect members, in hundreds of thousands, sneaked into Abuja and besieged the gates of the National Assembly complex in the guise of protest to commemorate the 68th birthday anniversary of IMN's spiritual leader, El-Zakzaki. In fact, media reports credited to the Sri Lankan authorities said the attackers were affiliated with a local terror group. The attackers were radical Muslims, their motives were religious, their targets were Christians. And 2 days later, ISIS, in a statement, claimed responsibility for the Sri Lankan suicide attack on Christian populations. With the manner the IMN sect members are progressively becoming violent and the extent they have stockpiled arms and ammunition, which they openly display each time they confront the Nigerian state, we fear a possible replication of the Sri Lankan scenario in our country, and lawful steps must be taken to curb the excesses of this sect. We dare say the Nigerian government, particularly the Minister of Justice, is senselessly romancing an emerging terror sect in the country. This is unacceptable and condemned them. IMN headquartered in Kaduna State has been outlawed, and logically nobody has the legal right to operate under its banner anywhere in Nigeria, as they constantly assemble to violently invade Abuja. No new association of its Inc. has been registered anywhere in the country. Lastly, we call on the federal government, and particularly the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, to expedite action on designating the IMN sect as a terrorist organization, to finally lay to rest the tormenting ghost of these monsters and religious extremists. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. We appreciate your audience and thank you for the patience of listening to us.